So I went to Kawasaki Makati for my Eliminator's first oil change service. I hadn't ridden her all that much yet though, what with work and all, and I had only clocked a little over 300 kilometers. Yeah, a far cry from 1000 kilometers, but it had already been a month. It was well timed for the bike's first service. I would have wanted very much for more time, but there was really no helping it, to keep the bike's warranty and all that. Yeah. I can't believe it's been a month already, man, since I bought the bike. Time sure flies, huh? While there, I also had them install the license plate back plate or holder, the license plate badge, and the radiator guard that I had gotten from Lazada. I could have done it myself, I suppose, but hey, why not, right? Since the bike was in the shop and all that. I asked the mechanic if Kawasaki carried an engine guard or a crash guard for the Eliminator. I suppose I could have asked the higher ups, the management or the secretaries on the second floor, or just check the Kawasaki website, but the mechanic might know alternatives as well. So it's a good idea. It seemed Kawasaki only had sliders though. Sliders for the Eliminator. But fortunately, the mechanic said that an engine guard was available on Shopee. They had installed one on another Eliminator, and the owner said that he got the engine guard from Shopee. Well, that was good to know. While I don't use Shopee, if it was available on Shopee, there was a good chance that it would be available on Lazada as well. Looked like my next accessory purchase, well, big purchase at least, was decided. Yeah, more or less. I'll have to check on Lazada though later to see if it was really available, the engine guard for my Eliminator. Oh yeah, the mechanic also reminded me that I should be careful when installing additional lights on the bike. He talked about how this other Eliminator owner had a couple of 4 LED spotlights or floodlights installed on his bike. Even though they were just small spotlights, they still messed up the electronics, drawing too much power or something like that. So much that the speedometer got affected. Ruined it pretty basically, yeah. Even removing the spotlights didn't fix the issue. They ended up having to order a new speedometer. Oof, that's rough, man. Yeah. What's worse, the dang thing cost almost a third of the bike for some reason. Well, maybe not third. I mean, that's over 100,000 bucks, man. 100,000 bucks, 100,000 pesos for a speedometer. That's crazy, man. Maybe the mechanic was exaggerating a bit. Who knows? But it was definitely an expensive fix to be sure. Oof, yeah. Good thing I had no plans whatsoever on getting additional lights for my bike anytime soon or otherwise. Not messing with the bike's electronics, yeah, that's me, man. I have found that, for me at least, that was always the better option. Leave the electronics alone. Add but add any other accessories that you might want, but leave the electronics of the bike alone, man. And oh yeah, lastly, I'd like to mention that as you may have noticed before, I keep referring to my bike as the Eliminator 450, whereas if you check the Kawasaki website, they call it the Eliminator 500. Yeah, I reckon that's more of, advertising or image or branding, more to compete with the Rebel 500 and other such bikes that say they are 500 but they're not actually 500cc. But really, the bike's a 450 more so than a 500, so just being honest to myself is all. Still, I suppose it would be better for video traffic and all that I should refer to the bike as Eliminator 500 because that's what the bike is officially known as. Yeah, in writing at least, in the video title and in the description. But in the video itself, I'll still say 450 because, it's a 450. Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah. And so that's it for now. Until next time, ride safe, man. Ride safe.